Hello everyone and welcome to our second session on directions. In this session, we will look at the questions which are based on the angular movement. We will also have a look at the questions which test the concept of shadow, and we will do a couple of puzzles based on directions. As you can recall, in the previous session, we have already looked at what are the four primary directions, that is north, south, east and west. Also, we know there are four secondary directions, northeast, southeast, southwest and the northwest. Now let's have a look at the relationship or the angle between these directions. Now the angle between any two primary directions, that is like north and east, it is 90 degree. Between north and west is also 90. Between west and south is 90, and between east and south is 90. Whereas the angle between any primary direction and any adjacent secondary direction would be 45 degree. So these all angles are 45 degree. Also, we have looked at in the previous session that any movement towards the right is said to be in the clockwise direction, whereas any movement towards the left is said to be in the anti-clockwise direction. So these are the few concepts that are required to solve the directions questions based on angles. So here comes the first question. If southwest becomes east and southeast becomes north and so on, what will north become? Okay, we know this is the usual direction, the usual direction concept that is being followed. Now it is saying southwest becomes east. So which was our earlier southwest is the new east, and southeast becomes north. So this becomes north. So they are asking, if we follow the same pattern, what will north become? Very simple. Exactly opposite to east, this will become the new west, and exactly opposite to north, this will become a new south. So our original north is coming between the south and the west, so it will become southwest. Our answer should be southwest. This is the concept, or this is a question on the angular displacement. Yashoda started walking towards north to reach the school. So the person is walking towards north. After reaching the school, she turned 180 degree in the clockwise direction. So somebody who's walking north, if they take a 180 degree turn in the clockwise direction, they would now be facing south. They would now be walking towards the south direction. And then they are taking 45 degree in the anti-clockwise direction. So 45 degree in the anti-clockwise direction would be this movement, and she would now be walking in the southeast direction. So our answer should be southeast here. Pratibha, who is facing north, turns 90 degree in clockwise and then 135 degrees in the anti-clockwise direction. Which direction is she facing now? So again, this person is facing north. It's walking towards north. 90 degree clockwise. 90 degree clockwise would mean that clockwise is the right hand movement. So she would now be facing east, 90 degree clockwise. After that, she is taking 135 degree in the anti-clockwise. 135 degree would be, this is 45, this is another 45, this is another 45. So this entire movement is 135 degree. So she should be facing northwest now. A person is facing west. He then turns 90 degree in clockwise direction, and then he turns 90 degree in anti-clockwise direction, and further 45 degrees in the same direction. Finally, he will be in which direction? Let's solve this question. So this particular person is facing west. If he turns 90 degree in the clockwise, that means towards the right, he would now be facing north. He is then turning 90 degree in the anti-clockwise. That means he would again come back to the west, facing west, and further 45 degrees in the same direction. Further 45 degrees in the anti-clockwise direction. So he would be now facing southeast. west. Our answer here should be southwest. Now this question is an extension to the previous question. Same data has been given. A few thing has been added here. A person is facing west direction, he then turns 90 degree in clockwise direction, and then he turns 90 degree in the anti-clockwise, and further 45 degrees in the same direction. This is same as the previous question. So we knew a person started from the west, and after doing this task 90 degree clockwise, then 90 degree anti-clockwise, and another 45 degree in the anti-clockwise direction. Earlier he was facing west. After doing these three tasks, he is now facing southwest. So we can say he is actually displaced from his original position by 45 degree in the anti-clockwise direction. Okay. Now, what has been added to this question? This part. If he repeats the task for 10 times. Okay, first we will have to look at the concept here, that how many times this task has been done. What is the task? Task is actually three movements: 90 degree clockwise, 90 degree anti-clockwise, and 45 degree anti-clockwise. This would be considered as one task, and we will have to first see how many times this task has been done. Actually, this task has not been done just for 10 times. In fact, this has been done here for the 11 times. Why? This one is for the beginning, and then he is repeating the same task for 10 more times. So effectively this task has been done 11 times. Okay, so we will see that what will be his final direction if he is doing this task for 11 times. So we have seen originally he was facing west, and once he completed this entire sequence of three movements, he shifted his position 45 degree anti-clockwise. So that is, after one task he is facing southwest. After another doing this task for one more time, he would be then in south. So after two times he would be facing south, three times southeast, four times east, 5 times northeast, 6 times north, 7 times northwest, and 8 times west. So we are seeing here, if he repeats this task for the 8 times, he comes back to his original direction, which was west. Now here we have 11. So 11, let me split it as 8 plus 3. So after 8 times he was originally in the west. After 8 times doing this task for 8 times, he would now again be facing west. Now another 3. If he does this task for one more time, he would now be facing southwest. One more time south. Another one more time southeast. So our answer here should be southeast, which is not here in any options. Let me change one of the options to southeast. So our answer would be southeast. So that's how this repetition task has to be done. We have to generalize, we have to identify any pattern, and then we don't have to do actually this task so many times. We have identified that after doing this task for 8 times, he will come back to his original position. Now the concept of shadow. As per a usual science says, or the basic science says, a shadow is formed whenever sunlight or the source of light is obstructed by an object. Okay, so mostly in the shadow questions you would see that the time of the day has been mentioned. Okay, in morning, if a person is facing towards sun, that means a person in the morning, sun is in the east. So if this is the east and we have the sun here and a person is here, standing here, and if sunlight is falling on this person, so his shadow will be in his back. That means shadow will be formed in the west direction. If the person is facing south, in the morning time, if the person is facing south, the shadow will be towards his right. If the person is facing towards west, the shadow will be in his front. So we're saying this, when we took the first case, the person is facing this side. That's why we are saying the shadow will be at the back. If we are saying the person is facing towards west and sun is at this side, the shadow will be in his front. And lastly, if the person is facing north, the shadow will be towards his left. So you need to remember these things, that in the morning and in what is the direction in which the person is facing, accordingly we can see the shadow will be to his right, left, front or back. Similarly for evening, the sun is in west. In the evening sun happens to be in the west. So if the person is facing towards sun, that means if this is the west direction, we have sun here, there's a person here and he's facing towards west. So his shadow will be in his back or towards east. Because sunlights are falling onto him, he is obstructing the sunlight, the shadow will be on the opposite side of the sunlight or the source of light. If the person is facing towards north, the shadow will be towards right in the evening time. Similarly, if the person is facing towards east, the shadow will be in his front. So sun, that person, now that person is facing this side, this is the sunlight, the shadow will be in his front. If the person is facing towards south, first person is facing south, then the shadow will be towards his left. These are the few things that you need to keep in mind while solving shadow questions. So we have a question. One morning, Anil and Sunil were facing each other. It is observed that the Anil shadow fell to his left. Since it has been given they were talking facing each other, that means their directions will be exactly opposite to each other. Now we have been given data here for Anil and it's the morning time and Anil's shadow is towards his left. If his shadow is towards his left, that means Anil must have been facing north. Okay. If Anil is facing north and Sunil is there talking face to face, then Sunil must have been facing south. If shadow is towards the left, if shadow is towards the left, that is when the person is facing north. So we got the direction for Anil and we know the direction of Sunil will be exactly opposite to Anil. One evening, Krishna and Kamini sat in a park such that their backs are towards each other. Again, their backs are towards each other. That means they would be, they are not sitting face to face. They are sitting back to back. But again, their directions will be exactly opposite. Krishna's shadow is falling to her left. So what we need to see, evening time, shadow is towards left. Now in the evening time, if the shadow is in the left, the person faces south, as we have seen in the previous slides. Okay, that means Krishna is facing south direction. We have been asked what is the direction in which Kamini is facing. If Krishna is facing south, Kamini would be facing just the opposite direction, and which would be north here. So Kamini would be facing north. So this is how we apply the concept of shadows. All we need to keep in mind what time of the day it is, and then we can see whether the shadow is in right, left, front or back. There's another question. There are some questions which combine clocks and directions. So let's have a look at few questions of that sort. A clock is placed in such a way that at 12 o'clock the hands points towards northeast. Now we know by standard convention, if it is 12 o'clock, the clock hands would be towards north. Here the clock has been placed in such a way that 12, which usually comes at north, in this question 12 is being pointed here towards northeast. Question that has been asked to us, in which direction does the hour hand point at 6 p.m.? What happens at the 6 p.m.? The hour hand is at south and the minute hand is at north. That means they're exactly opposite. So if 12 happens to be northeast, 6 would be in the southwest. Now we are talking about the hour hand at 6 p.m. At 6 p.m. the hour hand will be pointing towards 6, which in this case happens to be southwest. So our answer would be southwest. Rahul put his timepiece on the table in such a way that at 6 p.m. our hand points to north. In which direction does the minute hand will point at 9:15 p.m.? Now, again we'll look at first what is the standard convention. If I'm talking about by standard convention at 6 p.m., this happens to be our hour hand and this happens to be a minute hand. Okay, so minute hand points towards north and the hour hand points towards south. This is a standard convention. Now in this question, there is a slight deviation that has been given. It is being said that the timepiece has been placed in such a way that at 6 p.m. our hand points to north. So I can say the entire thing has been rotated by 180 degree. Okay, so the 6 is now pointing towards, now this is the new north and this becomes the new south. So this will become, so we can say north and south they have just swapped their position. Similarly, this would be west and this would be east now. At 9:15 p.m., 9:15 p.m. Our minute hand should be at 3, should point at 3, where the hour hand will be slightly above 9. Now 3, which earlier happens to be east, is the new west. So our answer here would be west. There are a couple of new type of questions which are like coded questions, and it's also the concept of directions has also been mixed with them. So this is one such a particular example, and it has been asked in couple of exams. Let's have a look at that. A hash B means B is at 1 meter to the right of A. $B means B is at 1 meter to the north of A. A star B means B is at 1 meter to the left of A. A at the rate B means B is at 1 meter to the south of A. In each question, the first person from the left is facing north. Now we have been given X at the rate B star P. P is in which direction with respect to X? Let's start plotting it. X at the rate B, X would be facing north. At the rate B means B is at 1 meter to the south of X. So this portion has been plotted. B star P, that means B star P means P would be 1 meter to the left of B. So that's here we have a X, B and P. P is in which direction with respect to X? Now if we stand at X and look at P, B is in the south and this happens to be west, and P comes out to be in between south and west. So our answer should be southwest. Let's take one more question. M hash N. So we have M facing north. Hash is N would be 1 meter to the right of M. N $T, $T would mean T is at 1 meter north of N. The question has been asked, T is in which direction with respect to M? We are standing at M and we are looking towards T. So we have to answer, we are looking towards which direction? So this is north and this is east. So our answer should be northeast. That's how we can solve these questions. Let's have a look at these puzzle kind of questions which are using directions concepts. So here we have been given some data about few villages. Let's plot them. Now village Chimur is 20 km to the north of village Riva. So I have plotted a village Riva here. Village Chimur is 20 km to the north of village Riva. So let's say this is Chimur and the distance is 20 km. Village Rahate is 18 km to the east of village Riva. Let's say this is Rahate. Village Angne is 12 km to the west of Chimur. So the question is, if Sanjay starts from village Rahate and goes to village Angne, in which direction is he from his starting point? So someone who's starting from Rahate and reaches village Angne, look at it, him from the reference of a starting point, he has reached in which direction. Okay, so standing at Rahate, if you look towards Angne, this happens to be again, this is the north and this is the west. So Angne happens to be between north and west as far as village Rahate is concerned. So he has actually moved in the northwest direction when he has traveled from village Rahate to village Angne. Our answer would be northwest here. Another puzzle here. J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R are 9 hearts. And then we can see there is some data given as far as about the location of each heart with respect to each other. Let's plot it. L is 2 kilometer east of K. So I place K, I start with K, and L is 2 kilometer east of K. J is 1 kilometer north of K. J is 1 kilometer north of K. Q is 2 kilometer south of J. So when we start moving from J, so when we start moving from J towards south 2 kilometer, this one has already been traveled. So this would be another 1 kilometer. This is Q. P is 1 kilometer west of Q. M is 3 kilometer east of P. So this one is already been there. M would come here. O is 2 kilometer north of P. R is situated just in middle of K and L. So here we would have R exactly at one midway between L and K. N is just in middle of Q and M. So that's how we have placed all the 9 huts here. Okay, let's have a look at the questions. Distance between K and L. K and L, we know it's 2 kilometers. Distance between K and R. We now know R is exactly midway between K and L. And the distance between K and R would be 1 kilometer. Distance between P and Q is 1 kilometer. So in directions, the diagram is extremely critical. If you get your diagram right, if you can place what is the data that has been given in the question, if you're able to place it correctly, you can get all your answers and you can also get your sure shot marks in directions. It's very much about the diagram and the visual representation of the data. So I hope now you would not find any problem while solving any questions that is based on distance, directions, angles, shadows, and also some basic puzzles based on directions. Thank you. Thanks a lot.